If we start bulldozing this stuff, it might really encourage them to use the train. Some of these may have started a while ago. Let's get rid of this and see how our town survives without this stupid interchange that we never wanted in the first place. I mean, it's not much of an interchange, more of an on and off ramp setup. Well, if we get rid of it, like, I'm hoping, look at all these trucks who are suddenly like, oh, I can't get there from here. I had my route planned for ages and ages and ages, and now I can't get there. I really want everything to come in via train, and later on via boat. Do we not have enough power? We don't have enough power. Yeah, I'm going to keep going over here just, you know, because it entertains me. I'm going to fill this island with windmills. Even though the cost per megawatt is fine, the plopping cost is not quite as strong as some other choices, but there we go. Alright, we're okay-ish for now. We'll need quite a bit more soon. Industry uses quite a bit of power, so it adds up. Demand is still good. At this point, we really need a lot more residential. So where are we going to do? Are we going to fill in the rest of the kidney bean? Are we going to build some other areas over here? Maybe I'll leave this green spot, leave that green spot. Here, we'll officially make this a park with some walking paths. It's not here, it's here. Nice thing about these the buildings that are on curved roads is you naturally end up with gaps between them, which is a good place to either put trees, but also some of these walking paths. I don't think we can get in here without bulldozing anything, though. That's kind of a shame. So maybe I won't build there. We'll just end up here. There we are. Just a bit of a path. People might use it as a shortcut. Plus it looks good. And it reminds me that I want this to sort of stay as a green space. But this, not as much. So, let's fill some of this in. Let's start. Again, if I'm using curved roads, you are not able to have quite as much density. That looks neat. I'm not even using like a perfect curved arc or anything here. And one of these, and then we'll actually have it come in there. There we go. We'll use some high density residential. Yeah, so there's not even that many 4x4 blocks going on here. But you know, it'll give us a chance to get all kinds of buildings of different sizes. Less of a monotone view of the city. So they'll come in right away. I suspect we can do quite a bit more housing. In fact, I think what I'm going to want to do is continue this. Maybe I'll turn off the snapping. Hoping I can do this without interfering with the zoning. That looks okay. Good. And then another one. That's pretty good. Like that. Okay. And we'll put in some high density residential. Like so. And then we can leave that little green space over there. And we might come back in here after the houses are back and just plop in some single trees in between here. Just fill in the gaps. Alright, so the traffic here is miserable. There's still plenty of trucks that want to come in and out of town. Why? Why aren't you using the rail? Come on. You're annoying me. It's all these trucks coming here and then wanting to go there. So we're going to have to continue with our little bypass. Which I hate. I really don't want to have that. Alright, we'll revisit things later on, but for now we'll have to accept the fact that we need a wee bit of this. So, this might even deserve an upgrade to like a 6-lane over here. Just to keep things flowing. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to give in. God. I'm bitter. Really? Why can't I upgrade this? I can do that. What's here? That was just an explosion. Buff crack! Wondering if you're going to the Ottawa Comic Con in May. Not currently any plans, although that sort of thing could happen. Why can't I upgrade this? I've never been. What are you occupied by? It's not this. There's some space. It's all industry. Okay. Oh, is it because of the bridge? It might not be able to handle it with the bridge. That's alright. I think that's exactly what's going on here. There we go. Alright. Eh? Oh, that's coming down from that bridge. Everything else should be the same road type. Yeah. There you go. That's all the same road type. It's just because the bridge makes it look like it's a different thing. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is extend it just a scooch over here. Let's turn the snapping back on. Like that. Oh. And then I guess we need, like, kind of a trumpety kind of thing. I'm going to make do with just overpasses here as much as possible. Oh, no, I didn't want to have to do this. What I'll do is maybe split it explicitly into the one-ways like that ahead of time. I'm so unhappy, you guys. Oh yeah, this is super narrow. Forgot about that, which makes it very difficult. Very difficult to thread anything in here. The possible solution is to start one, yeah. Really? Usually that works. What, can I fit one in over here? Gosh, really? I might have to bulldoze a little bit of this highway and make a little bit of a gap. All to do something that I don't want to do in the first place. I'm really sad. Ban heavy traffic. Then will they do that? You know what? It's an idea. Let's give that a try. In Infused Tom Plaza, we'll ban the heavy traffic. And we'll cross our fingers that that will actually solve it. I mean, there's still some heavy traffic flowing through there now. We'll have to wait for the pathfinding to sort of, you know, for new vehicles to start spawning in there. I guess that's why I had this before. I can still have them come off over here. It makes it, like, all way longer than it needs to be. Might be able to tuck something through here. Just have them come off the bridge. I don't know. Can you off-ramp from a bridge? The answer is no. You can do it over there, though, which is something. Oh, there we are. Alright. Technically possible to have one there. We'll leave that now. So yeah, so tons of traffic still. It might reset itself. I mean, in general, I suppose I want to ban it, but I think we're gonna have to concede that we have to do something like this against our will. So yeah, I'm not going to connect this yet. I want to see what happens. So we're just going to let it run for several days, obviously, before this traffic resolves itself. It looks like there's still some vehicles that are going that way. They might be like, well, we have no choice. But you do have a choice. Oh, no, I did that. Okay, heavy traffic ban on Infused Tom Plaza. Suppose I could ban heavy traffic globally and then just permit it just in the industrial areas. That might be interesting. A device for RimWorld. Scyther knife protrusions can be harvested for shut down scythers. Yeah, I keep seeing that. I'll try to figure that out at some point. Okay, a lot of these are now the commercial trucks. They're not the heavy industrial. They're commercial trucks that are trying to go through here. And that's the thing. You can't... Those are always possible to go. Those tend to be the ones that go through to the commercial areas. But some will still come in and out of town. There's still a good number of vehicles that are coming here and then trying to make a right. Or a left. Come on, game. Fine. Yeah, look like this. Look at this guy, importing oil to here. This is not a truck that was recently spawned, so it's just not importing via the station that I want it to, and I can't figure out why that is. Let's have it come out a little bit better looking over here. So now you can come in this way. It's also very important that we allow people to leave. And mostly it's in and out of town. That's mostly what we're trying to avoid here, so. I think if we just do this. So trucks can come in, can go out, can be going the wrong way. Because this is the in route, so this whole thing... Oh, this thing here. Yeah, this is why we need the tool that lets you reverse, because it's much easier to build the road from here to here and have the connection working. But then we've got a one-way that goes the wrong way. Whereas if you do this, all right, this one will work, but it's harder to build it smoothly, and it's just annoying. I want the ability to flip it. Who just subscribed? Fear Videos. Thanks for the sub. Like, I'm going out of my way to make beautiful trains work for you people. Europeans love trains. Come on. Look at this little lump. Thump, thump, thump. It's not particularly avoidable. Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys complaining about? Not enough buyers for products. Well, I think mostly it's because of the traffic jams. That should go away relatively soon. This is so annoying. You're supposed to be using this. Is there some sort of incentive I could do? Again, I could just try to ban heavy trucks everywhere. Just allow it within here. But they seem to still do stuff. Let's give it a try. What could possibly go wrong? Let's say we're going to ban heavy traffic everywhere. Except right in this park here. And I suppose in the fields. Which means I will also need to extend definitely these regions over to here. So, these represent areas where heavy trucks are allowed. Otherwise, it's banned everywhere. Even here. We'll see what happens. Grim Reaper Man, thanks for the sub. Now, I don't think we've got buses yet. We definitely don't have a metro yet. We're going to want to do that. This is a short intersection, I will give you that. We might actually be able to improve traffic flow dramatically if we just get rid of this. This road, I don't think needs to exist for any reason. So we may as well get rid of it. Help this flow go a lot better. Still heavy trucks. I'm super duper annoyed. Ah, there we go. All right, so we are indeed not auto bulldozing abandoned buildings. That makes me very happy. Although we are supposed to be oh, there it goes. Auto bulldozing burned down buildings using this mod here. Just takes a second to register, I suppose. But there we go. So I still get to choose if I want to bulldoze abandoned buildings. We just haven't had very many of them because we've got such high demand for all the things. Meanwhile, How heavily utilized is this being? So they're forced to U-turn over here. Things are being worked. They're complaining about goods. That should be a temporary thing. Boom. Start auto-demolishing abandoned buildings. Look at that. What a cool little mod. Alright, well, let's keep developing this area of town for now. You know what? Hold on. Let's get some buses down. It is high time. We've got a fair amount of sort of regular passenger traffic. We're going to want to start trimming that down. I'll put a bus station just sort of, I don't know, over here. The bus depot can be anywhere. That doesn't matter. So, what do we want? We still haven't figured out how long or short the bus routes should be. Which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, we'll figure it out at some point. Is it these two-way roads? You'll come down here. Oh, that's a one-way that way. And just go around the block. Let me undo here. Yeah. Wine. So this is a one-way here. So do some of that. That's one way that goes the other way. It's actually going to be maybe difficult to weave things the way I want. Just because the way this one way goes. Like, I can't. You got to come around the long way. Now, the radius of a lot of these connections is big enough. We don't necessarily need one on this road. But it feels kind of stupid not to have one there. Maybe, you know what? I think I just started that in a stupid place. Or not. Because it goes fine there. Yeah. Maybe we need more cross streets or something. There we go. Now we can come up this way. Get another one in there. Come down here. But then I can't get to the next street without doing another big crazy loop. So we might call this one good enough that way. But, oh. Like that. And then we can come down here. We got a place that's not being covered by water, so we're going to want to do something about that very soon. We can connect to a couple of existing stops. And then there. Indeed, you are not being covered, aren't you? Yeah. Future-proof over there. Okay, how's our actual power? Power is still fine. Water availability is starting to get very close to being too short. So let's go ahead and hook up another intake over here. I suppose I probably should just start using water treatment plants. So we'll do that. We'll replace the outflow pipes later on. Start doing that. Money is coming in very well. We are building a lot more slowly now, which is probably good. Let's go ahead and get down some more bus routes. So let's build one sort of around here that covers this whole area. I think if we do something like this, I think technically everyone will feel like they're relatively close to a bus route. Come down to there and there. That way people can connect to the whole network. We'll get a bus route that goes here, here. Actually, cancel that last one. Can we just tuck in here temporarily? And we'd be looping around that way, so hang on. Let's do it on the way back. Should leave more gaps in this way. And then we'll put one on the other side there. Then sort of halfway here. Halfway here. Pop in over here. Then come back down here. And then loop around at the end. Good stuff. Industrial area. Let's get you nice and covered. Then you can come into town. Yeah, loop around that way. That's fine. And here. Bunch of U-turns and things, but that's okay. I really don't want to stop on this main road because I think it's going to cause too much traffic backup. There we go. Do one of those. And then maybe even connect these two industrial areas up with one another. I guess I'll stop here, here, here. You can even connect over to this other side. You can do that. And here. Come back this way. You can stop here, then there, then over that way. Okay, we have pretty good coverage, including some overlap, so people should be able to keep chaining together buses. Again, I don't know if this is a good bus route, but it's a bus route. This place is going to spam out a lot of buses, and we'll let it run for a while, then we'll check out the bus lines. We can take a look. If we go into the metro, or the transit system here, we can click on a line, which gets us some stats. These car trip saves should start to populate soon. We can even recolor things as well, but I'm going to leave all the bus lines to be blue. I kind of like that. And hopefully people start using the buses. Sanjman, thank you very much for subscribing. Yeah, the stops create bus bays in the roads. They shouldn't cause traffic, but often you get a backup. Right? So, actually, on these little lines, on the two ways, I don't think you actually do, because I think there's a bus stop over here. We don't actually get that. Hello, the Chief! Thanks for the sub! But on the major roads, like here, if we had a bus stop on one of these avenues, it would put a little, yeah, right here, a little off bit. But you can sometimes get a backup of buses, which will back up the traffic. Like here, the traffic can flow by. But if we get a bit of a backlog of buses right here, it can cause a bit of an issue. Oh yeah, we do get one here. Right now, the stops are relatively short because we don't have very many people here. But if we give it enough time, people should start to do that. Now, if I really want to knock down the amount of traffic on the road, like sort of civilian traffic, I could make it have free transit for the city, which may be a good idea. But for the transit can also make a lot of money. We're going to wait for now and see. Just, you know, give it time to process and then see what we want to do. All right, overall, water, or the power, the water, garbage. Okay, we've got some positive incineration status, which is good. Our landfills are going to fill up soon, so there's going to be more demand on our incinerators. I'm going to tuck one in over here. All right, it's got water, and it should be connected to the power grid, and it also continues to produce more power, which is good. We're going to get that going. This landfill is officially full, so I'm going to go ahead and empty it so then I can get rid of it later on. All right, so even though we've got a heavy traffic ban, we still have tractors, we still have lorries over here, these box. Well, maybe we don't actually have truly heavy trucks. A lot of traffic here, as expected. Now, I might want to go and make this a bigger road. Hello, Jero! Thanks for the sub. I might want to make this a bigger road, because I do have the cargo train terminal, and it's the main route through my little area here to get over to this side of town. Which might not be a terrible idea. I could also just make this a one-way, which might eliminate a lot of issues. Something I could do, furthermore, is actually, if I do this, and this, is this what I want to do? Might just move the traffic to a different intersection. Hello, Raiden. Doesn't banning heavy trucks just mean more small trucks? Oh, I suppose that's possible. Hadn't occurred to me that it's actually not going to change the flow. It just might create more traffic, but just less noisy traffic. But, I mean, here, like, these ore trucks, these clearly look like big trucks to me. And yet they're still coming in and out. That is entirely possible. Alright. And in any case, if we're going to leave this, and it looks like we probably are, I'll go ahead and get rid of that. I'll make sure we still have an explicit heavy traffic ban in the center of town, just for noise. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to alleviate the heavy traffic ban, and we'll see if that helps. So I never wanted this. That's the problem. When I designed this area, I never anticipated this type of connection. What I could do is get rid of these 6 lanes, have this one-way work differently, where one way's in here and out here. That might keep a better flow in my city. And this intersection here isn't doing anyone any favors, the way things are arranged. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually bulldoze this, do one of those, get rid of that little spit of land. Actually, I can just... literally have an on and off ramp that goes all the way. So this is the out. So what if I did something as crazy as this? I mean, it looks stupid, but let's see what it does for traffic flow, and then we can make it look pretty later on. Ooh, it's going to be a challenge to go over the rail properly, isn't it? Alright, there we go. A bit of a sharp corner. We'll deal with it. And this... no, shit. I'm doing it the wrong way around. So we want to... we're going out this way. There we go. It even looks a little nicer. We can bring it... let's leave it elevated. It's going to be okay. So you can get into the city that way. And then you can get out. Like that. And I'm eventually going to want this land, which is why I don't really want to build a bunch of on and off ramps everywhere. I feel this should probably be one-wayed. I feel very strongly that should be the case. Because they're basically using it as a one-way right now, but they don't have both lanes to take advantage of it. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, straight line tool, please. Skipping that whole thing. We might want to actually connect it over here. I'm not sure. Because some of these trucks might actually be trying to go there, oddly enough. In a way that annoys me greatly. Also, it'll let these guys flow out of the city a little faster in a couple of different ways. They don't have to just U-turn and keep this road super busy. They can U-turn over here. There's still so many trucks that flow in here. So the whole idea with this is not paying off. And I'm annoyed. These trains... well, that one's a bad example because it's totally not full. Well, 47% full. I mean, they're mostly full train loads. 100%. Alright. We just want more and more of that. Oh, this train actually shipped between these two locations, which is nice. That makes me super happy. I mean, the next step up will be to get some cargo ships, and we have some money going for it. So why don't we go ahead and build our first cargo ship? So this is a cargo harbor over here. So the idea is to build... say here, and then connect that road up to our network. So we want 2 lanes. Do I want to have a sharp angle that goes like this? No, probably not. most likely I'm going to want a grid that makes good use of space. Kind of like that. And then we can do sort of one of those. Get some power and water out here. So hopefully this one here mostly supports commerce on the southern side of the city. We'll see how it goes. It depends on how many commercial goods we actually import, and we may not actually be importing any. Yeah, we're hardly importing any goods at all, so I don't think that's actually going to help alleviate any pressure. But it'll be interesting to see. Oh, we're having some things maybe leave. That was interesting. We'll see if any ships land here at all. And if they arrive, they might arrive mostly empty. Because right now, if anything, the industry is complaining about not having enough places to ship their goods to. Now, this might end up being a big commercial island later on, which would make this work really well, especially if we partner it up with a regular terminal. Now, obviously, we'll have to get rid of those incinerators, but a regular harbor here. Oops. Whoa, no, there's a lot coming down here. Where are you guys going? Returning to facility. Wow, you shipped all the way over there. Why wouldn't you not use the train station? Do the train stations not fill exactly the same role? Trains carry goods and raw materials in the city or transport them outside. Why would you use this instead of that? Is our connection to the outside world via this track saturated? Should I have built more connections on the map just to encourage things to flow via train? Because that literally might be the case. There might be a maximum number of trains that any one outside connection can handle. I might have made traffic worse. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So this is a passenger harbor. 80 grand. Wow. All right. Wow, that made a lot of people really happy. Should I curve it? No, you know what? I want to use some straight lines over here. Get some nice high density. I mean, it sort of runs out of space after a little while, but that's okay. Bring it up like this. Actually, we might leave that just like that. And this one connect up over here. All right. So if I'm not making an industrial area over here, and I don't think I am, although maybe I am. I was thinking of making it commercial. I suppose I could start making offices now that I'm finally starting to educate people. I don't have a university yet, though. What do we think? What do we think, guys? What do we do with this island? Well, sometimes people ship stuff with boats, and yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Acidra. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, we do need more schools. Actually, at this point, we could also buy a couple of extra areas, and that gives us a lot more options. Like, I'm sort of cramming things in a little tightly here, but if we went and bought the rest of the fish... Commercial. Okay, so definitely people want to see some commercial over here. So obviously, we're going to have to go and move these incineration plants. Let's go... We're not going to make a full windmill island, apparently. Because what I'm going to do is move the incineration plants. Put one over there. Maybe I won't put them both here, because that might end up with a bit of a bottleneck. Whoa, power connection. Oh, it's okay. We actually don't need it. Let's go ahead and purchase... How much is this going to cost us? Oh, 5 grand. That's nothing. 8 grand. Okay, good. Give us some breathing room over here. Oh, we can't actually fit in there. And that would create a level crossing. Let's go ahead and go up and over. Send it out this way. So what I'm going to do is grab this bad boy here and move you to here. Make sure you've got a water connection. Oh, I didn't actually count my distance here. A bit of a mistake. Now we're going to get some kind of redundancy going on with the water, but oh well. And you don't have to be connected to the power grid. Luckily you are. So there you go. You can start working a little bit of garbage over here. We need to keep this going for now until we get power across the way. Well, hold on. What we can do is something like this. Especially if I get a park going over here. That's what we'll do. I like plazas near my industrial areas. Oh, I downloaded some extra parks too. I'll have to put some of those down. But I'm going to put down a Paradox Plaza. It's like on here because I want to discourage actual sort of buildings on that road. And we'll just run power across to it. So make sure it keeps it connected. This isn't connected yet, but it will be soon. Alright, let's go ahead and get... ultimately, I would like some high density over here. We will have a bit of an education problem, but hopefully we'll start fixing that soon. We did build the high school. Let's go and get down our university so we can start properly educating people. Can we fit in here? Oh, there's a park there, though. I think I like this spot for my university. Bam. We do need quite a bit more education, though. Oh, we don't have any money for it right now. So let's wait. I don't think these guys have water. No, that's not true. I did water the entire place. The power connection is good, which means this harbor is now being powered, which is nice. And I should be able to get rid of these power lines over here. We'll leave that little extra bit. And make sure that where we had the power lines, we've gone and filled in those gaps. That should keep everything flowing nicely. Zone the Windmill Island, Clarkson Island. 'Cause power! Alright, I like that. That's a great suggestion from Roland. From the Netherlands, presumably. Where's my zoning tool? Right over here. We're going to call this Clark... Oops. Whoa! Where am I on screen? Whoa! Oh, I accidentally went into the ground mode. Okay. That was fun. Clarkson Power Co. There we are. Right over there. We'll get some solar power. Not that he likes any of this stuff. Obviously, we'd probably want some sort of internal combustion engine-based power. So oil, I suppose. Although, this leaves more oil for the cars. See? That makes sense. Lots of traffic over here. We may want to embiggen this road, because that's quite a bottleneck, actually. Let's do that. I'm going to move this park. Just scooch it out of the way for a second here. And we are going to... Yeah. I know. We're bulldozing some houses. Deal with it. And repop that in. And like so. Alright. Good. Oh, I don't see a line in the chat. Who was that? Oogie! Thanks for the sub. We are also going to need a name for our new commercial area, which I will grab from the subscriber list. Hickory District? Hickory Dickory Dock? Next one up is... Wow, that is going to be a great name. This is the Bionic Homo Sapien Island, I guess. Bionic Homo Sapien. No, Taki, we addressed this. Only using wind power because it saves more oil for the cars. It's the trick. Actually, it might be worth upgrading this too, just because there's so much traffic that comes this way. I don't know, like mostly the advantage here is we get sort of that nice three-way split, right? But actually, I think we would benefit greatly from doing one of those. I mean, it's still super bottlenecky, obviously. But hey, that's fine. There's going to be a lot of traffic. So, we're going to put a bus line here. Obviously one that starts right in front of the harbor there. We're going to make sure we've got some coverage there, here, and then we're just going to make sure we connect up to the rest of the grid. Actually undo, because you can stop there and add it in. Excellent. Tuck in over here, and then, I don't know, I guess we'll have a bus stop here. No one will ever use it. Well, that's not true. People do have to work at the incinerator, so that might save a little bit of something. So we might want to embiggen this road. I'm trying to avoid doing too much of that, but it probably really would benefit quite a bit. Also, there's a lot of traffic that comes down here. Ah, that's probably a lot of industrial traffic. Makes sense. So let's go ahead and do that. I am trying to avoid just building big roads for the sake of big roads. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, it'll bulldoze that path. That's interesting. Let's try to get that footpath back in. I was wondering if it would let me build the road at all, or if it would bulldoze. So we got our answer. Here we can get a footpath right next to this one little house. Look at that. Is this high density? It is too. So you get a bit of a small apartment building right next to the path. That's quite nice. I like that. Now, we might just be moving the traffic jam further in, but I think by allowing a little bit more flexibility over here, that's good. There's always going to be some amount of traffic. That's just the way we're designing this place. We'll try to do our best of fixing it later on. I suppose I could have this the 6 lane that goes all the way through here into over there, which might be a good idea. We do have the one-way sort of spiraling around in most of it, which does help to minimize some of the traffic. I'm not going to freak out about it too much. All right, we are growing. Population is not growing that much because, of course, we're not building much in the way of residential. But currently, the residential demand is very high. Everything else is being more or less satisfied, so we're going to want to do that. I did want to take a look at schools again. We do not have nearly enough elementary schools, so let's get a little bit more of that going on. Maybe sort of one over here. We could get one, say, right over there. There. I like putting the schools and things on these crossroads because unlike SimCity 5, you don't really end up with a lot of traffic going in and out of schools. I think they more or less work, I don't know, automatically. So, and you don't want to build on these little sections too much with regular houses because you really want to minimize the traffic there. They will still get serviced by ambulance and things, so sometimes you can still get a bit of a bottleneck, but generally speaking, it's going to be okay. All right, our capacity is basically where it should be. Our high school capacity is still definitely insufficient, so let's go ahead and plop one down over there. And we do have the one university, which has lots of capacity. So our education will go up, which is going to be important as we get more of this high-density commercial going on. It's going to need more educated people, so we will get there. I'm out of coffee and tea. You know what? We've been going for about an hour and a half. I think this would be an excellent time for a break, so I can, I'm trying to decide, probably tea. I'll make some tea. So we'll go and take we'll take a few minutes breaks, 3 minutes maybe. That should be enough to get a cuppa. And we will be back, and we will continue Venish after a short pause. See you in a moment. Also, I'll remember to save.